We created a primer for you to improve your ability to move your arms overhead with less friction, with less pain, more strength, and more stability.
As we live our lives by working in front of a computer and then just developing general tension in our bodies, we lose our ability to move our arms overhead completely, and then this ends up manifesting in a lot of different ways.
It's extremely normal to have beaten yourself over the course of your life, whether you're working at a desk or you just played a sport for a very long time and now you're just feeling the effects of an active lifestyle.
We made this for people who practice yoga, who do CrossFit, who do any type of weight training. If we can improve this flexibility, stability, and strength in your shoulders in this overhead position, it's going to be helpful, not only just that overhead position, but actually the position of your neck and then also your middle back.
So the 3 exercises that we're giving you in your primer are...
We're gonna do a single arm shoulder stretch, prone Supermans, and skull crushers.
Let's check it out. For the single arm chair stretch, you could use a bench, you could use a chair, you could use anything that you can get one arm up to. And what Dr. Chloe here is doing is resting further towards the tip of her elbow. She has her arm flexed or her bicep flexed towards her shoulder, and she is allowing herself to sink through the stretch in her middle back.
So what I'm focusing on is making sure that my bicep is pointing up as much as I can. So then it's almost like I'm trying to turn my wrist out. It's going to want to kind of come in like this.
Don't let it go in. Keep it rotated out towards the outside of your body.
And then as I'm coming down, I'm trying to separate the space between my tricep, the back of my shoulder, and my rib cage to really open this up and then move from that middle back. As I do that though, I need to make sure that my hand, that my whole palm isn't kind of turning in. I need to keep trying to pull this arm out to this side.
Like this. Her hips are a little bit pushed back, as you can see, directly over top of her knees, and she is trying to feel all of that stretch through here. Her arm on the other side is just placed on the ground so that way she has some base of support. She's going to hold the stretch for about 30 seconds on each side. Keep in mind we're doing this for 3 rounds, and we're going to do these exercises in succession like a circuit. So 30 seconds on this side, 30 seconds on the other side. You'll feel this through the back of your shoulder, into your arm, into your tricep. Wherever it is that you're most tight, this will clear that up.
For these prone Supermans, the thing that I'm focusing on is making sure that my spine is in a good position to start. So I want to make sure that the back of my neck is long. Now my arms are going to be out in a Y and my toes are going to be pointing straight back. I'm going to lift up, starting that movement from my middle back, and then I'm going to lift up from my arms and my hips, and then I'm going to come back down. So I'm initiating this movement from my middle back, my arms, and my legs.
So as you can see, Dr. Chloe is squeezing from this middle back here, like she's saying. She is squeezing from her glutes, and she's trying to keep her thumbs up and really bring these shoulders up into flexion. So bring, again, those arms overhead. She's going to do this for about 10 to 15 reps and as part of our 3-round circuit. For the third and final exercise as part of this circuit, we're going to do skull crushers. So you want to grab a weight that's appropriate. You want to keep your chest down so you don't create a big arch in your low back. So you see Chloe's sticking her chest out or her ribs out. She's going to keep them flat and a nice hollow body position. And then she's going to focus on bringing her arms up from her elbows and then extending through her elbows. So she's going to feel a stretch as she allows her elbows to clear her ears and keeps her arms close to her ears as well. So she's not flaring her elbows out at all. She's keeping her elbows tight. Then she's going to lead with her elbows up and then extend through her arms or through her upper arm. So it's a tricep skull crusher, but with a focus on this form where she's staying tight through her midsection to feel more of a stretch through her shoulders. And then she's also working on strengthening her tricep and arm through the skull crusher itself. You're going to do about 10 reps. You could do 15 reps. Choose appropriate weight. Again, it's going to be part of your 3-round circuit. So you're going to do the 3 exercises we showed you for 3 rounds like a circuit.
So for the first exercise, the shoulder stretch, you're going to hold for 30 seconds. For the prone Supermans, you're going to do 10 to 15 reps. And then finally for the skull crushers, you're going to do 10 to 15 reps. You're going to repeat that a total of 3 times.
The ideal time to do this, when would you say the ideal time to do these exercises would be?
I actually really like doing this before I'm going to do an overhead activity, especially because I struggle with my shoulder mobility. So I do this very primer before I do my yoga practice.
Yeah, so before yoga, say you're a CrossFitter or a weightlifter or a jiu-jitsu athlete or whatever, pickleball player, what you want to do is you would do this before your activity, especially if this is something you're struggling with, using your arms or using your shoulders.
Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself every day doing a little clip of these and then a before and after of my shoulder range of motion. So then from day 1 to day 14, we're going to see the improvement.
And a great shoulder range of motion test would be simply just bringing both arms up overhead,
Yeah.
correct? So we want to challenge you for the next 14 days to do this every single day and record yourself doing some part of it and share this with us on our Instagram, on whatever social media you choose. But if you were to take a before and after of anything, it's going to bring your arms up overhead. You could do a video or a picture and just tag us. We hope you enjoy this. Again, this has helped a lot of our patients and people that we work with all over the place.